So we open the day with some group yoga.
Brittany's whining to Heather about the pile on from the girls. And it's sad that they're being so mean to Brittany that she's becoming likable. However, Bronwyn and Meredith hatch an evil scheme to throw her unicorn overboard. And it's like, I get you don't like the woman, and she's definitely, I don't want to go to lunch with her. But taking her teddy bear from her on again, off again, insignificant other, that's just wrong. Like, you can dislike their relationship, but you can't do that to people. You look like the asshole. And honestly, you look jealous that you don't have him in your life. Clearly, there's something going on with your relationships. I mean, Meredith, Seth ain't never around you. Seth lives in Ohio while you live in Utah dating other people. He's trying to be pansexual and set it on camera. You've made him shy away from vagina. And Bronwyn, we're not even going to talk about your father's husband. Yeah, Mary married her stepfather, but you married someone that looks like one. And I don't know why they felt the need to put on the inflatables to do their little dirt. Don't bring a lobster into that. That's your human ass. However, now we all sit down to breakfast. Meredith starts talking about her toe, but she says, I'm a survivor. I can deal with a lot of hatred from a lot of people. Brittany. But you just trashed her unicorn. Seriously, Brittany, I'm done with you. I just brought you up, but I'm done with you. But my issue is with Whitney today. Because you let Brittany talk about me. And she's like, look, I told Brittany she needed to come clean to you on her own. I'm not getting involved. I told her what to do and she did it. And we flash back to Brittany showing Whitney the TikTok. So Brittany's like, don't be mad at her. Just be mad at me. I'm not done with you. Meredith, the way Brittany bothers you, do you want to lick her cat? Do you want some of that puss, that Disney princess puss? Because it doesn't make sense why this woman bothers you so much. If she farted, you'd kill yourself. So Whitney's like, look, she came clean. That's what she was supposed to do. I let her do it on her own. Not involved. Meredith act like Brittany slept with Seth. Like, she's just too upset about her. We're going to switch. I don't need to be around people that are filled with hate. Meredith, you seem like you were the hate-filled one here. I'm sorry. I'm done with her. And if you want to support her, I'm done with you too. Now, Mary, you've made the fatal flaw of telling people who they can and can't be friends with. Now, it's like, why does she bother you so much? This doesn't make sense. There are people that like, okay, you ain't my cup of tea, but is she, like, what is she doing? What has she done? Heather's like, now hold the hell on. Lisa dug up dirt about your family, but Brittany's the issue. Bronwyn asked Mary to say something as a woman of God to calm the group down. Mary's like, they ain't gonna listen to me. And I'm sorry, I ain't listening to your culty ass either. You got grandpappy dick on your breath. No, I can't listen to you. Ain't nothing about that holy. You sitting up 5 to 6 of the deadly sins because I know you done off somebody. But you out here talking about a woman of God. But now the heifers pack up and head home. And this is when the real drama starts. Bronwyn was smart and didn't fly home with everybody. But however, the crew did give Brittany her stuffed unicorn back before she left the boat. I'm glad. Like, that's her relationship. It may be bad, but that's still a part of her life. If she wants to give the unicorn up, she will. Or maybe she'll stay with him. I don't know, and I don't really care. But I just let her whine about the man, like, or tell her stop talking about it because you're not going to go back and forth. But to take something from when somebody they cared about gave it to them, that's just tacky. That's just low. So Bronwyn fesses up to throwing it over, and Meredith said, yeah, I was involved too. Meredith was pissed they gave it back to her. Meredith said Uni wanted to swim. You got Tanner and makeup all over him. He wanted a dip in the ocean. Meredith, like, somebody said Meredith is going through withdrawal, and that's why she acts like this on the trips. I'm inclined to believe that white woman on TikTok because the way she is this is night and day. And I could see I could see withdrawal causing this kind of behavior. I believe Meredith waited until she knew cameras were down. And then she said, you know what? I'm going to get your ass now. And I'm not going to embarrass myself on camera, but I'm going to fucking engage. I think that Seth rumor hit a little too close to home. I think they have an open marriage. And that's fine. Like, y'all have raised your kids. Like, you're still family, but see other people. Like, nobody's judging you. I wouldn't fuck up the money either. However, I believe that Meredith was out of control the whole flight there and was able to get everything off her chest. I believe Lisa Barlow was a part of it. I believe that's what she wanted. Because, you know, Lisa loved to just be mean. So I believe it. I believe it. I think that Meredith went off on Lisa like that many years ago, and that's why they're able to be cool. I do not believe Lisa when she said, all I told Britney was to give her the fucking TikTok. You were enjoying the harassment as well. I never engaged with Britney. I never touched her. I never talked to her. Not exactly. You didn't talk to her. You talked at her. Obviously, nothing was that deep because I would have been arrested by an air no, you are a white woman and you knew when to use it, and production would have stopped that from happening. It was, Heather said on a talk show that it was a mix of privilege and luck that nobody taped it because the whole first class was cast and production on that flight. So they had their own area of the plane, and you've got plane noises. They were probably being loud up front, depending on how the plane was. Other people probably couldn't get into first class, so they were probably interested. Some people probably got some earfuls, but they couldn't really know what was going on. But back in Salt Lake. So Mary and Bronwyn and Mary's like, girl, you were smart as hell for not coming back with us. It was a hot mess. Also, Whitney and Meredith have definitely had their Alibaba moments. But I don't think that when Mary don't care enough about nothing to lie. But Whitney, I also believe. I believe when she's like, that woman was unhinged. The way John's facial expressions are in the car when he's talking to Lisa, you know she's lying about the events on the plane. You know she's lying. Exactly. John asking the questions we all want to know. He said, well, was she talking loud enough for Britney to hear it? Mm-hmm. He knows your bullshit. I feel sorry for him, having to deal with you every day. What did he do to deserve that? Getting rickets from your lack of cooking? Wendy's and Chick-fil-A day in and day out? I need a vegetable. Having a veggie shake now. This is a mixed veggie shake. Makes you pee like the dickens, but great to rinse out the kidneys. Okay, look, Lisa can be interesting. I'll give Lisa that. Lisa is good television, but Lisa is mean, down to her spirit. That's why her face looks like a gourd. Because she's hateful. So Heather takes Britney to lunch and she's like, I'm really sorry. Meredith and Lisa went over the line. And this is the thing, like, Britney's not any of my favorites. But the thing is, they're making her fit into the show now because we feel sympathy for her. Trying to ice her out is making her more likable. It's like, okay, she's a ditzy girl who's not lucky in love. Is that a crime? Is that a crime? She ain't done nothing to deserve this level of picking at and hatred just because y'all found some men that will cheat in peace. Hell, if she let Donnie cheat in, whatever his name, Jared, they had them damn Osmond posters all over Vegas when we got there. I was like, Jesus, I can't escape this man. And Heather knows what she's doing, setting this lunch up so that Britney can have her pity party about the plane. This has humanized Britney. This has made Britney likable. This has made us want to root for Britney. And that's sad. Because now we're stuck with her. Y'all done verbally abused this woman onto the cast. Britney gonna say, I can't believe Lisa would turn on me like that. I would ask, are you stupid? But I know the answer to that. I'm sorry. I would never trust the many-faced Lisa. Lisa is not trustworthy, except that tequila was good. But the heifer ain't trustworthy. The way she turned on Meredith. Girl. Whitney. Lisa is as culpable as Meredith. I believe that. But I've always known that Lisa wasn't shit. Now, Whitney and Bronwyn have a lunch and they talk about the plane incident, but also their marriages. And they dance around the fact that their marriages is open. But Bronwyn's like, look, Ty got caught messaging some heifer on a plane, and I knew who the bitch was. And she's like, look, if you gonna cheat, just tell me so I'm not embarrassed. And I get it. In peace. Maybe not harmony, but peace. Whitney's like, look, with our age difference, me and Justin have been had arrangements and friends in different lifestyles. Yeah, y'all, I could see him being very popular with you on his arm at the swinger parties. Oh, Lord. That's an image I want out of my head. She said, look, when I see a fine piece of tail, I talk to Justin about it. I don't need your permission I don't need to give you permission. You do what you do. I don't need to know about it. That's where peace comes in, not harmony. Don't come showing me pictures. I don't need to know. In peace means in peace. Whitney said, wow, when I go out, who knows what's going to happen? She's like, I throw this pussy like a frisbee. However, after that, Heather goes to lunch with Lisa, and Lisa wants to downplay poo-poo and rewrite history about what happened on that plane, taking no accountability. And Heather's like, you're nuts. But Heather, you should have known that. Like, you know the game Lisa plays. You know who she is. A soiled soul. I just said send her the TikTok. That's all I did to Britney. This is an accusatory conversation. Everybody always tries to put their shit on me. Because you always doing something foul. Lisa says, I draw the line when it comes to Meredith and her marriage. What was your plot line for 3 seasons? I cannot with Heifer Barlow.